Well, hello everyone. How are you? I hope you're having a good night tonight. Looks so dark on the screen, doesn't it? Oh my goodness, there's nothing on our screen. Well, we gotta fix that, huh? Hold on, let me fix that. Hi, Lee. Hi, friend. Let me fix how dark it is in here. I'm gonna turn on a light somewhere. Hold on just a second. Let me hit the light. Oh, there we are. There I am. It's me. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Lolo's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? And I really wanted to sit on my bed because I'm so lazy. So this is what you have to deal with. Let me see if I can pick that camera a little bit. Anyway, hello. Hi, friends. And maybe not friends. How are you? This is an interim. I really am literally just like lazy and exhausted. Extra. Hi. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. That's Gus Gus. I think he's playing with his brother, but I hope everyone's good tonight. I really just wanted to come on and say hello because I actually can't tell you how bad I felt about Friday. I was really angry at myself mostly. Because they didn't tell us they don't tell you until the last minute where the event is going to be. And I just didn't realize there would be zero anything. And there was even like a house or something on the property. And still it was uh completely and maybe I mean they could have had jammers. They definitely had like the little earpieces, they had like a security posture, which I can talk about. But hi, Badger. I'm sorry I missed 420 with you guys too. Trust me, hi, oomph. I'm sorry I missed 420 with you guys. That's terrible. I felt so bad. Yeah, sorry. This is like a temporary I don't know how to do all this. Like, I don't know. This is a terrible angle. I feel like Tom Fitton in this angle. I feel just like Tom Fitton. Well, probably not just like Tom Fitton, because I think Tom Fitton probably feels a lot more. Hi, Summer. How are you? Ooh, good to see you. Oh, we got some fighting cats. Good to see you, Summer. Yeah, I know, right? I got it. I got what I came for. Is this working? Yeah, yeah, it is. Hey, Cash App, how you doing? Hope you're good. Yeah. So, yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I was on your screen. Um, but it's been a little bit of a hi, Kathy. It's been I had some surgery on my head, and nothing serious. It was nothing serious, and so I'm getting better, and everything's fine. I'm doing really well. So my eyes watering, but other than that, but yeah. So I but it's been like I haven't had like a lot of surgeries in my life, and I think I don't take to anesthesia very well. So I always am like, barfy and stuff like that. But more importantly, like I guess I bleed a lot, which I did not know that. I didn't think I did. I certainly don't have that hemophilia or anything like that. I don't. I may have the sensitivities of a Victorian child, but that's for a lot of other reasons than my bloodletting. Anyway, so that, it just took it out of me kind of thing. So it took it out of me much more than I thought it was going to do. And it kind of prevented me from like getting back in the swing of things. So, and my brain was like all messed up and everything. So anyway, so let's talk about Friday. So first of all, I will probably apologize a lot, um, over the coming days. Hi Neil, bonsoir mes amis. But so I went to the Flynnmovie, and I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I got some rest. It was a lot of I had a lot of like just unknowing about what the Flynnmovie would be about. So let me roll it back. So when I found the Flynnmovie was coming to town, here comes the Flynnmovie to town. I said, I kind of want to go because first I'm curious about meeting the people that I've been kind of like trying to troll. I mean, yeah, for the last few years. And I wanted to kind of be in a situation with MAGA and understand a little more, just observe. I wasn't going there to ruin the event. And there was no, that wasn't going to be any, that was going to serve any purpose, actually, frankly. And actually, it might have actually done damage, I think, if I had just been like you guys are traitors, like that would have been just like a short visit. So actually, I'm really grateful that I did it. Now, I want to say something. I will never do it again. I don't need to go. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say that, but I don't want to put myself in the position of sitting alongside folks like that again. And it wasn't, see, the thing about this evening was really impactful for me. It really changed and didn't change. It just kind of strengthened my resolve against authoritarianism and disinformation. So I went to the event, and I'm not going to talk about Jim Stewart's and stuff. And I'll just let the trolls are basically eating themselves alive and each other. The face eating leopards are going insane with Jim's troll of the Flynnmovie, and I won't comment one way or another about what happened. But clearly, we were both at the same event. It appears. So, but I'm not going to really talk about. That's for him to talk about. But I do think it was a brilliant to take the balloons was pretty much one of the finest counter psyops I've ever seen, because those balloons were a very clear icon of this particular event. So, yeah. You couldn't get those balloons unless you went to the event. However, I don't know what happened, but I could not get any. I went everywhere around that event and couldn't get any kind of cell service. And I believe they had jammers. Now, so the event was, first of all, they wouldn't tell you where the event was until a week before. And then at the last minute, they seemed to switch it. I could be wrong about that, but I think or at least something changed. So it was in Santa Barbara, and it was at an avocado farm, which is owned by a doctor. I don't recall his name right now, but there's a lot more to come on this film, because this was a very different film. This was a very different propaganda film. This maybe was the most disturbing propaganda film I've seen. So, oh boy, I kind of forgot what I was saying. Okay, so we go to this we find out it's at an avocado farm. And they were pretty serious. They told people they were going to be serious about their security. They told guests, they emailed you and told you they were going to be serious about security, blah 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 blah. I don't actually think they were that serious. So I don't know. I mean, that's my observation is that they really, once you got into the event, they thought you were one of them. They just assumed positive intent. So, and there weren't a lot of questions of me. Um, and so I was supposed to actually get to the reception with General Flynn, the meet and greet before, but I was late. And oh, well, I think it's because they have a big security posture. And it's probably as much for show as anything else, although he's very, I mean, they're very focused on their paranoia. Perhaps. They're very like it's very militaristic thing, posturing, if you will. After reading your Twitter feed about the movie, I feel like I need to watch it. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I think we need to watch it together. I think we need to watch it together. No, I actually bought my ticket. I bought my ticket. You had to give all your information. They have all my information. Um, it's either that or I don't go, unless someone else was going to buy my ticket, which was not something I was looking to do. So I bought my own ticket as an investment in, which actually the education that I got was more than worth giving that bloodthirsty trader a few measly dollars. So, but I didn't eat anything at the event. I didn't drink anything. But they had some food. So I got a ticket that would allow me to potentially, well, I was supposed to have a picture with General Flynn, Lieutenant General Flynn, which I'm really actually glad that I didn't, because I don't think I could have held back from saying something really snarky, and again, I would have been kicked out at the beginning of the event. So I really wanted to learn. Like, I really wanted to hear this. And I actually expected it to be more like things that I see on Rumble, like little events, or the Rat, the Reawaken America tour or something like that. Um, but my big concern, or not concern, my discomfort at this movie, and the reason I think it's actually more dangerous than some of the propaganda that I've seen, is that um, they have really refined their messaging, and they are rebranding in a very interesting way that, frankly, I really didn't expect them to do. I I really didn't expect them to rebrand in the way that I described in that thread. And there's more to say. And I really think we need to watch this movie, only because, from a political standpoint, or not even a political, maybe just I don't know, I guess political branding, kind of public opinion. It's really definitely changing the image uh, of what it means to vote conservative, I guess. I don't even know. There's no more words for these things, right? Anyway, we'll get into that. So you go to this event, and you end up having to park. Santa Barbara is surrounded by farms and ranches, very wealthy people. Oprah lives in Montecito. I think Harry and Megan live over there in Montecito, which is right next to Santa Barbara. It's a beach town, very wealthy. University is there. University of California at Santa Barbara is near there, and all that kind of stuff. And so very wealthy. A lot of Republicans. There parts of Southern California and Northern California too, especially ranchers, are particularly Republican, and they in California, and for many reasons, not the least of which is treating and mistreating their migrant labor. So they don't want things to change. But the funny part is that a lot of them, a couple of the people I met, in fact, the wife of the doctor who owns the avocado farm, and again, I'll find his name. I can't remember what it um, was a hippie, right? Like she's clearly like a hippie, like my kind of maybe older, a little older than me, maybe, but very much like, former hippies who really got rich and then decided, oh, well, wait a minute, I'm really rich now, so I can't really be a hippie. And then, of course, this doctor is particularly anti-vax. He told me, because I asked him about, oh, what kind of events do you have here? And da 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 da. And he said, oh, we have a lot of speakers come and blah, blah, blah. Because there's like this opening outside. The event was outside. There was a big opening in a field kind of thing where they had seats set up and then an inflatable screen, a movie screen, inflatable movie screen. And then as you entered, so the movie screen and then the audience, and there was probably seating for about 400 people. And hi, GP. Maybe collective critique has inoculatory value. Let's all look at this excellent propaganda and dynamic. I know. You're right. Maybe it's just better to read my tweet about it. I don't know. You're right. I don't know. But I basically was gonna watch it again because there was a lot in it that I'm like, oh my goodness, this is really like, this is not good. This is not good. Your dad's a rich hippie. Cool, Layla. That's awesome. Hey man, there's probably some really nice rich hippies too. So yeah, I'm not judging all rich hippies. I'm just saying I met some rich hippies that don't have the same worldview that I think would be something to write home about. But yeah, nonetheless, yeah, rich hippies. So you go up to this event. You take the he's right though. You take the little golf cart. They're kind of like heavy duty golf carts. I don't know what those are called. They're not like that. Can't remember what they're called. But anyway, so you drive up to the event. You check in. And the reception was at this little house down below where the bus was. The famous bus was parked there. So they did try to get me to sign a petition to ban trans athletes, which I refused to sign. I didn't make a huge stink, but I made enough of a stink that the guy was yelling at me like, you should sign this. And I'm like, I'm not signing your petition. So thank you. And then you see I have some shorts up of that moment where I'm in the garden, I guess, with a garden of evil. No, a garden of Eden with Flynn and the other guys. Yeah, take that to Disney. Oh my God. Okay. So then you're in the event. Okay. So I went to the reception, sorry, I don't even know why I'm calling him that. It's because everybody called him that for fucking hours. Flynn is standing there wrapping up his is wrapping up his comments and stuff like that. And the woman who came down to kind of help me check in because I had missed the check-in and stuff like that, went over to was following me and basically keeping an eye on me. Did me and Jay? Yeah, I said that earlier, Layla. I'm not addressing Jim Stewartson. So if you are part of the hater group, I love that you're spinning out of control. But you can make your own judgments about what he did or did not do. I'm not in charge of him. So I know I went. The Garden of Good and Evil. Yeah, exactly. So that was kind of short and wrapped up, and I didn't. Again, they had like this food set out and stuff like that. And I didn't touch any of that. So then we went back up the hill to the clearing where they have the seating for the movie and all that kind of stuff. And over on the other side of this small field, is the Marauder or whatever wall that is that Ivan came up with. Whatever. Like he did this wall thing. Where he has like it's like a string wall of like I just love it when people act like that. I just fucking love it. It's great. Hang in there. You'll learn something. So anyway, you on the other wall or other side of the little field was the wall of like marauders and stuff like that. What do you mean Jay? I don't know who Jay is. So I don't know who Jay is. I was there, but I don't know. I don't get what you're saying. Anyway, um so the so the you go up and then the marauder wall's on the side, and when I walked in there, um uh it was before the movie started, and I could just look over and there was Mike Flynn Jr. and Ivan Raiklin. And so that no, I'm not spinning out of control. Anyway, so Mike Flynn Jr. and Ivan Raiklin were over there showing a bunch of women, and mostly women, like the wall and walking through it and all that kind of stuff. And then General or Flynn made his way up there, and I didn't see her, but Bianca Gracia was there, the head of Latinos for Trump. I can't recall. Like, I know she was there because I remember like someone posted, or actually Flynn the movie or whatever, that account posted pictures of her there, but I didn't see her, which is kind of surprising because you said Jay. Oh God, you're so weird. You guys are so bad at this. Why are you so bad at it? You fucking pink MAGA weirdo, fucking get out. Get the fuck out. Because you guys are all up my ass. So you can just fucking fuck yourself and spin on it. I don't know which one you are, but you know, you're one of them. So obsess more, sweetheart. I didn't really get to talk to any of the glitterati. Oh, Boob Cutler. He was really the one setting up like all the AV and everything. It didn't end up being very good. Like it was such an odd situation because, you know, in that part of California at night, it gets really cold, like super cold. And I ended up having to leave right before the movie ended because I just was like, I can't do this. It's so cold. It was kind of like it was funny because you would think that given, well, I don't know why, but basically this is like the most it was pretty disorganized, right? It was none of the patrons really knew that they were going to be sitting outside. The movie started about 45 minutes late, so not too bad, you know, it was running late, but it wasn't like super crazy. And then I heard that the Marauder wall at the end of the night fell down, and and the script, something malfunctioned with the sound system, which was basically one speaker in the side. So it was kind of funny because it didn't really have any, like, I don't know, it just felt like, wow, this is really weird. This is really not the setting that I would think that they would want this kind of, like, because there's probably some pretty wealthy people in that audience, I was gonna guess. Like there was a woman sitting next to me who I talked to a little bit, and because her and the guy who owned the avocado farm were talking about the how much land they own locally, and she owned like 5 acres. She's like, "Oh, I'm so tiny. I'm just tiny. I only have 5 acres." I'm like, "Oh, 5 acres. That's amazing." All right, let's see what we got here. How many people were there? So I would say it's basically, it was it was definitely between 300 and 400. It was packed. It was absolutely packed. I couldn't believe it. It was really amazing. Oh my God, look how triggered they all are. I think this is so funny. You're spiraling. I have to laugh. When, when I saw you put up that picture with the balloons, I was like, holy shit, that is fucking. I don't know. I don't know. I saw Mike Flynn Jr. there. I don't know. He wasn't very busy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Co-parter. It's obvious that people are coordinating to troll your chat. Yeah, I've noticed that as soon as you mention, yeah, move from one chat, another jump in. Yeah, they're not really. They'll just keep trying. That's fine. Keep trying. Co-parter. Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. Ooh, hoo, hoo, ooh, hoo. I mean, I don't know what you're gonna, what's the matter? You mad that I went to the event? Okay, so let me tell you, I did get the gift bag. I got the gift bag. Let me show you the gift bag. Hold on, I'm gonna put this down. I'll put this down. I think you can still hear me. Oh my God. Okay, so look at, this is the bag from the little goopy goob. Oops. All kinds of faces. So I'm gonna actually go. I'm gonna take fabric paint, and I'm gonna bedazzle it, and I'm gonna say fuck Mike Flynn or arrest Mike Flynn. I'm not really sure which one I'm gonna do yet, but I'll do one of them. Hi Tom, how are you? They have like 400 followers. Yeah, I don't really care. Okay, so this is the DVD. Oops, this is the DVD of the movie. So we got a DVD. Ooh, very fancy. He's even on the DVD. Oh, digital. Oh, well, no, it's not. Well, it's a DVD and a digital, which is great because I don't have a DVD player. Who the fuck has a DVD player? There's that. This was my. Oops, I'm stuck on. Well, let me just dump all this stuff out because it's dumb. This is my badge. I got a star because I'm special because I'm a star. This is the first chapter of his next book, Pardon of Innocence. So here was the funny thing, is that he described his pardon from Trump as not a pardon of guilt, but a pardon of innocence. And everyone in the audience was like, oh. So it's like, oh. So it was kind of like, it was such an interesting audience too, because it wasn't an effusive audience. I would say the average age was 50. Well, no, that's not true. I would say the base age was 50. I would say the base age was 50. You DVD player? Of course you do. Hey, listen, my sister probably has a DVD player too. She loves that kind of stuff. So I'm not judging. I'm just saying I don't have one. You have 6 DVD players. GP, that's fantastic. I think that's a great idea. Oh my God, you guys all have DVD players. I'm such a loser. Maybe I think this says more about me than it says about you guys. So, all right, okay. All right, so then I'm getting to the good part. Oh wait, I already did that. And then some guy put his card in there. I don't know what that's all about, but whatever. That was I don't know what that was. Okay, and then I got his new book, which is terrible. This new book is terrible. It is his new 5th generation warfare book, and it is The Role of the Church. Oh yes, you heard it here. It is the role of the church. On the back it says this. It says, protect free will, defend your faith. Crazy. And then the final gift in this amazing thing. Oh no, this is there's an AI book coming out Fifth Generation Warfare AI. Um, yeah, I think this is the new book though. The other one hasn't. The AI hasn't come out yet, but anyway. Ugh, ugh. And I want to talk about religion because there wasn't as much of it at this thing as you would think. So, then the last gift I got was a challenge coin, but this is no ordinary challenge coin because I'm convinced this challenge coin is a bottle opener. Yep, I think it's a bottle opener. I don't know why it has that little hook in it. I just don't know why. So on one side it says, I don't even know what, oh, it says Resilient Patriot. Sorry, my fingers are probably disgusting, but, oh yeah, there we go. Resilient Patriot. And then on the other side, I have no idea what it says because I don't have my glasses on and I didn't read it. Oops. Uh-oh, sorry. Oops. I guess if I stayed still, okay, I can't. Well, anyway, it says something. I don't know. So that's that. But I think it's a bottle opener. Pretty sure. Pretty sure that's a bottle opener. And that was all I got. I went to see a Christofascist, and all I got was this dumb bottle opener. I will say that this is what scared. This is why this event impacted me so much. Is because when I watched the movie and I really listened to the people around me while I was watching the movie. What is it? Until trying to read this incoherent modules. Well, yeah. Looking real impressive as a full screen PDF. Yeah, exactly. Well, and also, funny enough, something I learned is that this is the size of military manuals. Hi, Wonder Baby. How are you, baby? This is the size of military manuals, and so that makes a lot of sense. It just makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Oh, yes. Actually, okay, funny enough, you should say that, GP, because I did look at the merchandise on the table, and yes, indeed, you are correct, sir. On the labels, the jackets and things like that were made in China. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Actually, I can confirm. I wish I had taken a picture of it. I should have, but it might have been too obvious. Yeah. So I also let's see. The subtextual programming and appeal to authority. Yeah. So this event, his comments in the VIP, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't listen that closely to what he was saying in the VIP, although you can hear some of it in the clips that I put up. Socialist nation, and you don't want to, you need to hold on. In California, you need to be red and all this bullshit. So, I will say that I did sing an amazing version with the crowd of God Bless America. And yeah, I just want to say I probably blew them all out of the water. Just saying. Anyway, so then after that, I go up to the movie thing. I see all the stuff that's there. And the merch table, they have, oh my God, they have those crystal pins that are like, sexy, hustle, sugar baby, whatever those, they're like pins that you put on, or you can put them in your hair too. And they're like crystals spelling out words, like, I don't know. What are those called? CZ, or not CZ, but you know what I mean. Crystals, like little crystals. It's like glam stuff, kind of thing. Anyway, so they were making a big deal about the fact that one of the Flynn, either Lori Flynn, who is Flynn's wife, or Mary Flynn, which is one of his sisters. I don't know which one. One of them designed the pin. Maybe it was Lori. And then I'm like, design the pin? Those are already designed. They're already designed. They're not, you don't have to design those. And what they said was fight like a Flynn. That's not new. So anyway, that was ridiculous. You did a Flynn thing. Oh, well, and I only did it because I really wanted to understand what his messaging was. And I'm actually really glad I went, because this time his messaging is very different. from what it has been. So, as I wrote on Twitter, the messaging in this film, I believe, is designed, Flynn has aspirations. Um, is Flynn necessarily, Trump's pick for VP or whatever, or is he, there's all these rumors all the time around all these people engaged in right-wing politics. And I don't know the answer of how close Flynn is to Trump, or if he really wants, know your enemy, know the messaging so that you can at least call out the mind fuck. I don't know. I guess that's where I'm at. So, so for him, I don't know what his connections are. I don't know what his aspirations are. He's posturing himself as a presidential type candidate in some way. But here's what really was different. Okay. When I watch right-wing media, and I watch a lot of it, too much of it, inevitably at the end of every piece that I observe, I have been negatively impacted by one or more things that have been said, right? Like almost traumatized. And I don't want to use traumatized as the word, but kind of taken aback. Let's put it that way, where I've had multiple moments where it's like, I can't fucking believe they just said that. How about that? And you know what I mean? Like, we have those moments all the time. So when I have, as I was watching this, the message was very different in that Flynn in this film is trying to revise history by omission, not by lying outright, although there's some of that, but more frequently just by omitting certain facts. And he does it over and over and over and over again. And he tries to present himself as an kind of almost affable, down to earth, servant to his country, a servant leader, right? And he thinks it presents himself in this film as coming from a working class family, and that his mother was incredibly hard on them, really taught them the value of hard work, all that stuff. Catholic, I think he's Catholic. Well, no, he's not Catholic. But anyway, I think he grew up Catholic. I could be wrong about that. And in the film, it was a combination of a timeline of his life career and interviews with family members, except for Charles Flynn. Charles Flynn wasn't there. His brother, who is the head of the Pacific Theater for the Armed Forces. You do know that, right? I think all of you know that. But Charles Flynn, Mike Flynn's brother, is the head of the Pacific Theater for the Armed Forces. So he was in the room with, can't remember the guy's name. Sullivan? No. Chris Miller and whoever the other guy was. Now I can't remember off the top of my head. But Charles Flynn, his brother, was in the room when they delayed the National Guard to address January 6th. Let me say that again. Mike Flynn's brother, Charles Flynn, the current head of the Pacific Command, still in the Armed Forces, was in the room and was part of the team that refused to deploy to the troops to the Capitol. I was glad that you were okay. I saw your poll and felt relieved. I voted A for Lolo's Lounge on Sunday. I was happy you made that. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Charles Flynn was appointed right before Trump left. Yep, he was. He had that promotion in line before Biden took office. Yeah. So all of the events, first of all, Crimea is never mentioned. Omission. He does talk about, he says, he talks about, sprinkled throughout the film, I should say, there's a deck of playing cards. And these playing cards are different characters in the drama that is the Flynn life. And as every scene is unfolding, the camera goes to these playing cards with the faces of mostly enemies on them. And Flynn walks through, how these people wronged him. And one of the biggest boos among the crowd was for Obama. And one of the things that Flynn mentions about Obama was that, he fired me. I was just doing the best job that I could, and I never met the man. He fired me, and I never even met him. And the crowd was just like, oh my God, how terrible. Obama never met you. Oh my God. But, sorry, let me go back to Friday. So you're not the only one who was worried about me. Let me tell you a little story about my daughter. Okay, let me tell you about Bobo. All right. Bobo knew where I was going. She didn't know exactly where I was going to end up because I didn't have time to tell her exactly where the event was because they changed it up. So what she did was she started searching for any mention of the event on social media to see if anything had happened. She saw that my phone went from one location where she expected me to be to the middle of nowhere in the mountains of Santa Barbara. So for hours, she thought I was dead. So you're not the only one who was suffering. I apologize. That's so terrible. It's so terrible. I was so surprised. I was so shocked that they didn't have any service. I really was. I was caught off guard. I did not expect that. I walked everywhere around there to try and get something, but I don't know. I didn't walk away from, there was definitely places to walk, like up to the hill. I didn't go up there. I didn't want to get lost. I know. Yeah, she was okay. She kind of knows too, that sometimes you're just going to, yeah, Santa Barbara is an excellent place to bury a body. So anyway, yeah, that was not great. And she was really, let me tell you another thing though. She was so grateful for the chat in the lounge. You chatted for 2 hours in Lolo's lounge. It didn't happen. You guys basically made a lounge. That's like the most amazing thing ever. I love it. No, she was like watching the chat and basically relieved to see people chatting. And she's like, I went in there just to make sure if anybody had any news. That was so cute. Anyway, I'm sorry. No, it wasn't cute. It was very, very... She was concerned. She wasn't overly freaking out because she would have called the Santa Barbara police. Like, my daughter knows exactly how to make sure she jumps into action. So she knew that ultimately there probably wasn't anything wrong, with me. No, Bobo was not there. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. She was at home. She was watching my location on the Find My iPhone. So she was watching my location from there. But no, she actually was working during the daytime. So anyway, yeah, I would never, ever in a million, bazillion, gazillion years bring her to one of these things. But nor would she want to go, by the way. As long as you pre-scheduled, then Lolo, we can still. I know you guys are amazing. I'm really actually glad. That's really cool. Oh, in the lounge. Yeah, she was there. She didn't comment, but she was there. She was checking in at night, seeing what you guys were saying, and if you knew anything that she didn't know. But yeah, no, Santa Barbara is beautiful. I love Santa Barbara. There's just a lot of rich people there and a lot of Republicans, and I don't want to hang around with Republicans. I don't want to hang around with... Okay, so let me get back to this movie. So anyway, the other thing about this movie is Flynn is smart. He made sure it wasn't, oh no, it was not overly MAGA. This is the point, baby, which is you've just made an excellent point. This is why I'm so scared about this movie. The reason I'm scared is that throughout the movie, first of all, he starts with John F. Kennedy. And he says that he is and was a Kennedy Democrat. Then he goes on to talk about how the CIA were the ones who assassinated Kennedy because he knew too much. And he was going to do things and clean up government, and they had to kill him. So he did mention that. But he made a point in the beginning of setting the stage for himself as a nonpartisan servant for the country, dedicated to the principles of, I don't know. Actually, you know what? He didn't really go into what the principles were of that. Hello. Which is part of the problem. He doesn't really talk about specifically what he's going to do. There were a couple of children, very small children, a couple of strollers, not a ton of children. Because those folks, there were a couple of like 30s, maybe people, maybe 40s, early 40s, but most of the people were 50 and above. I mean, really, they were not. I met a guy from Beverly Hills who was actually a friend of the woman who was sent to watch me when I was in the garden with Flynn and the people. And she was standing next to this guy, so I introduced myself to him, and it turns out he's some guy from Beverly Hills, and he just happened to come up and, whatever. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But so the movie really focused on very little God, no Christofascism, no Q stuff, no Q drop, no child trafficking, which is always his favorite thing to talk about. He didn't talk about anything necessarily, chemtrail-y, right? I still consider what he said to be conspiratorial, but he stayed very, like, if you didn't know who this man was, you might look at this film and go, wow, he's not red or blue, because what he said very specifically was that his enemy is Washington. Not the Uniparty, which he does refer to, kind of, not really. He does make a point that Democrats, Republicans are the same. But his enemy is specifically Washington, D.C. It was fascinating. It was not moralizing it was more, if it was moralizing, it was more in the sense of, we are a working class family. My wife is the Rock. She is a working class Jackie Kennedy. That is basically what I saw them do throughout this film, was uplift Lori Flynn as the Madonna, as the Rock. That every time Flynn was fired or indicted or whatever, Lori was always there, So there was a lot of emphasis on that. There was a lot of emphasis on him and nature, right? He's a surfer. So there was the shot of him on the board in the water waiting for the next set with his back rippled and glistening in the sun. I mean, it was classic. All of the gimmickry in the film was actually pretty sophomoric and pretty bad. But if you're a casual viewer of it, you might be pretty moved by it. And if you hate Washington, you would definitely be interested in him. Because he also talks about protecting the country. And he also talks about, his experience of understanding information warfare, right? He definitely knew his audience. These folks in Santa Barbara are not overly evangelical. They may claim they'll be Sunday Christians, right? but they're not necessarily, I'm sure there's a couple of them, but they're not necessarily like Pentecostal kind of, holy roller type stuff, or you know, tent revival, whatever. His kind of not the same audience as there might have been at the Reawaken America tour, right? That might have been a more feverish audience. This is a more, moneyed kind of, but still considers themselves kind of casual, right? Like they're old hippies. A lot of them are old hippies. Not all of them, but a fair amount of them. Donors probably. Mainstream WASPs definitely for this area. Yeah, not necessarily. Yeah, maybe WASP, maybe Episcopalian. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. I could see them doing that. Methodist. They could even be Methodists. Well, I doubt they're Methodists though. Methodists are usually a little more left leaning. Maybe not. Anyway, doesn't matter. I don't want to get into the world religions. I was utterly shocked to see that 25% of Americans don't believe that Sandy Hook tragedy didn't happen. Those parents, I know. I think that this is the post-truth world we live in. Sorry, let me get back to the film. So another thing that really struck me about the way he talked about or revised his history was he talked about when he had the phone call with Kislyak in 2016 when he was made whatever, DIA or whatever he was made by Trump. And, he was fired over the phone call and fired over to lying to the FBI agents and blah, 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 me. I'm just not, I'm innocent. And he really always, every situation where he did something wrong, he repositions it as, I was just doing my job. And then all of a sudden they were like on my ass about it, So for the Kislyak call, he said, I never mentioned the word sanctions. You can look at the transcript. And everyone in the audience is like, yeah. Oh, yeah, what? You didn't even say sanctions. And that's one moment where my guard probably dropped and I was like, wait, what? You think that's okay? You think that's okay with you? You're not supposed to do that. And then, lying to FBI. And he was basically trying to say to them, lying isn't that bad. So lying to the FBI agents, I didn't really lie to them. I didn't answer their questions in the way that gave them all the, any way he puts it. So it was fascinating from that standpoint. But yeah, in that phone call with Kislyak, he may not have said the word sanctions, but what he did say was, just hang in there. Even though the sanctions were just levied by the Obama administration, we're about to be in office and we'll take, just calm down. You can't do that. That's against the law. It's a Logan Act. I think it's a Logan Act, right? Where you're not, the incoming administration is not allowed to do outreach to foreign diplomats or foreign governments in any way, shape, or form prior to January 20th. So he was wrong and he shouldn't have done it. And he was doing something wrong. So anyway, they don't talk about, he doesn't really talk about, he did talk about the dinner in Moscow with RT. And he basically was like, I just went to the event. I was just invited. I don't know anybody there. And Mike Flynn Jr. is like, I was sitting in the back. I don't know what anything was happening there. And then Mike Flynn is like, Jill Stein was there. I don't know. What's she doing? So it was just constant, like, I'm just, what? And then he would ask, like partway through the movie, he asked permission of the audience to swear, which I thought was another fascinating kind of like, I'm really just a great guy, right? Like, pardon my French, but, fuck everyone or whatever it is he said, fuck. Blah, blah. And then from then on, it was like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck this, fuck that. So it was like, it was such an interesting film from the mechanics of rewriting his history and presenting him as something, other than who he is. And I think he's trying to make himself palatable to an electorate in any way, shape, or form. I have no idea what his goals are. And for him to you know, uh, gain power. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, and then the last thing he tried to rewrite, well, many, but he talked about Turkey and the deal. You know, he got in trouble after leaving the Trump administration for not registering as a foreign agent for Turkey after his private company, Flynn Intelligence Services, Dog the Bounty Hunter. I'll call him Flynn the Bounty Hunter. um, After they, you know, got in trouble with not registering as foreign agents, the explanation in the film is like, that was, in fact, Tori says was in it. Jay Rance, are you here? I missed you. So he's the Forrest Gump of all the shady shit that's happened since 2016. Kind of. And the thing about it is that he, you know, he basically is like, you know, I don't know what money is. I'm just a baby. You know, like, I don't know what you guys are saying. I just think he's like a bear. But he really is, you know, got a plan. Um, so in the Turkey thing, he said that was for a foreign businessman. You know, that wasn't Erdogan. That wasn't the Turkish government. I was doing that for a businessman in Turkey. You know, so again, it was like giving an out to the audience. Like, you didn't see what you just thought you saw. You're seeing something else. Look over here. Here's the answer. When some libtard, sorry to use that word, when some liberal comes at you and says Flynn this, Flynn that, why just tell him this? Just tell him to look over here. So he does like, yeah, he did though. It's not actually funny. Lee, he is everywhere and somehow did nothing. He didn't do anything. What's everybody so upset about? I'm just a guy. I'm just a surfer. I'm just a surfer from a. Oh, and then the Danu, the kind of the climate. Yeah, it wasn't me. He's Shaggy. He's Shaggy. He did it on the sofa. It wasn't him. He did it in Turkey. It wasn't him. He did it in Russia. It wasn't him. He did it on the phone. It wasn't him. He lied to the FBI. It wasn't him. He lied to Congress. It wasn't him. They're phony Sheriff Clark. He's still around, Jim. Sheriff Clark is still around. I think he's running for something, actually, up in, what, is he in Wisconsin? I think he's in Wisconsin or something like that. Yeah, take that back. I'm sorry. I mean, he's yeah. I mean, but in the worst way possible, baby, right? He doesn't have any ignorance. He knows exactly what he's doing. He doesn't have any ignorance whatsoever. He is rewriting his history in the hopes that it yields something down the road. I just don't know why there wasn't any there wasn't as much Christofascism in this as nearly there wasn't. Yeah. What do you want me to take? Oh, all right. He's not Shaggy. Okay, that's fine. Sorry, I should apologize for just jumping in. Please stop. Please jump in. I don't mind. Crimea was 2014. Yeah, just happened to be seated at Putin's table. Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, he but then the big piece is this, which is so weird. So Mike Flynn Jr. becomes kind of one of the stars of the show at the end of the movie. Well, throughout. So first there is he kind of gets Hunter Biden'd, right? Like he's kind of the fuck up son, but not really. Nothing ever bad really happens to him. I mean, there's always these near tragedies for this family, and they act like they've just been through so much. But frankly, I think they've been through everything of their own making. So I don't actually think they've been hurt at all. This man has always landed on his feet, so I'm gonna have to call bullshit on that. Complaining. So the son becomes kind of a very important storyline for the Flynn movie, where it's about him, Mike Flynn, as dad, right? And we have to bring up the fact that Mike Flynn Jr. is now a dad, and he has a cute little peanut That's what Flynn calls his grandson. He calls him Peanut because so cute. Which actually, the kid was not that cute. Oh, gosh, sorry. Things falling. My computer's like, this webcam is too heavy. So the kid is not that cute, actually. I'm going to be real with you. I mean, not all babies are cute. Sorry, Mike Flynn, but not all babies. Now, he's a little cuter when he's a toddler because they have a picture of him or a little clip of the baby saying the Pledge of Allegiance, like saying it like a baby. And it's actually uncomfortable, but not, whatever. Anyway, so it turns out, I guess Junior got in trouble. I don't actually remember what Junior got in trouble for. I don't really remember, but he got in big trouble. And basically, for this turkey thing, Dad had to take Dad, Mike Flynn, had to take a plea deal, and he basically positions it as I was extorted by the government who said, we will go after your son, Mike Flynn Jr., for these felonies that he actually did, right? Like he did them, whatever they were. We didn't talk about what they were. Interestingly enough, we just said that he had felonies. And Mike Flynn ended up taking the plea deal to sacrifice his legacy, his image, his honor, even though it was fake, because he didn't do what they said he did. But he took the deal anyway, so that his son wouldn't have to go to jail. And his son was close to killing himself, which I don't know, actually. But maybe. I don't know. But anyway, so there's a lot of fake crying. And yeah, that's really, at that point, I kind of walked out. At that point, I started doing the math in my head and said, there's only so many little golf carts to ride down to the creek where my car is parked. So I think I better go now, because I didn't want to wait with all of the grannies and the grandpas and their, I don't know, their live, laugh, love raps. Not a lot of MAGA and American flag wear. In fact, one woman in an American flag scarf, and that about was it. Not big MAGA, not like MAGA, not a Trump rally. Spoke very well of Trump. Okay, didn't go crazy, but just acted like Trump's just a guy that he kind of like. Well, it's almost like Flynn is surprised how down to earth Trump is. That was it. He's like, well, I don't know. He just was an outsider and he would do things the way he wanted to do them. And, well, that really shook him up in Washington. So he doesn't say, I want to be his VP. He doesn't want to do anything, he doesn't say any of that. He's not like over the top. It's relatively understated. No, not a lot of God, gun, and country. I mean, definitely, more Leave It to Beaver kind of. If Leave It to Beaver ran black sites, that's what I was watching. It was the Leave It to Beaverization. Leave It to Beaverization of Mike Flynn. That's what I want to call this. I'm gonna rename this. No, I'm not. Yeah. So as I was riding down in the golf cart, I was being driven by one of the guys, young guy, probably in his 20s, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to tell how old people are now. Anyway, a surfer, surfer dude kind of thing. And so he's driving the tram, and I was kind of like at my wit's end at that point. I was kind of like, I'm so freaking dumb. So they're FUDs. What's FUD? A fuddy-duddy? I don't know what that means. So I'm riding down in the little buggy with the surfer dude. And I'm getting in my car, and I'm just like, he's kind enough to just stand there because it's very dark, right? We're in the middle of a fucking forest. And he that's exactly what it was, GP. It really, really was. Hey, gal. Hi, sweetie. So so I said to the kid as he's like trying to help me, get to my car, I said, listen, those people up there are Nazis. All right. I don't know if you know that, but I'm telling you right now, there are some very bad people up there. And he's like, what? Oh, I just work at the ranch. And I'm like, okay, well, your boss might be a Nazi. No, I didn't say that. I said, well, I'm just telling you, those people up there are Nazis. I don't know what else to tell you, sir. Young man. And he drove off and probably was like, get the fuck out of here. I don't even care. So he's at risk of sweeping up some of the residue of what was, oh, hell yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, if it works. I don't know if it'll work. I'm just saying that if this was a strong departure, this was a strong departure from the messaging that I've been listening to day in and day out every day for the last however many years I've been doing more of this. Mainstreaming. And really playing on the, I'm not red or blue. I'm not red or blue. Because, so he's definitely playing, the Kennedy Democrat, I think is a really interesting play. That's a really fucking interesting play. The Washington as enemy, very interesting play. That's hitting a lot of libertarians. Maybe libertarians who don't want to be MAGA anymore. You know what I mean? Like who don't want I don't know. I don't know what they think they want. But yeah, no, this movie made me stop. This movie has not left my fucking brain. I am, if I had to go to an event, I'm real fucking glad it was this one. Yeah. Doesn't that make him the Uniparty? Yeah, actually. I mean, he definitely still, he gives still the authoritarian vibes. He doesn't talk about judges. Oh, actually, wait, sorry. He did talk about a judge, though. Let me tell you who he talked about. He talked about Emmett Sullivan, who was the judge, I believe in his FARA, or maybe he was the judge. Forgive me for not knowing. Again, I haven't caught up on all my details, Flynn, but whichever judge, Emmett Sullivan was a judge in one of his cases and called him a traitor in the courtroom. And he is very offended if you call him a traitor. I think that he has a great sense of grievance that Washington has disavowed him and punished him for just trying to do his duty. He believes that. So grievance is a big part of him. Retribution, obviously, is a big part, but he lets Ivan handle that, right? He lets Ivan handle the dirty talk. Well, now it's not so much, I mean, it's Uniparty, but it's DC. So yeah, and Emmett Sullivan, he hates that judge. And spent a lot of time and had him on a playing card and did a slow zoom into his face. No, he didn't. Boone Cutler did, though. Boone Cutler addressed the assembled gentry. He was the affable MC. Yes, he can kill you with his elbow, but right now, he's just telling you where the one porta potty is for 400 people. That's right, folks. There was one porta potty for 400 people. I didn't go to the bathroom there because, frankly, I didn't want I didn't want to avail of any of the services actually provided at the event. um, remember Maria Butina? Yeah. Were they buddies? Well, no. Maria Butina was Patrick Burns' fuck toy. Well, actually, was Patrick Byrne was Maria Butina's asset. Yeah, Gal, if you haven't listened to Greg Oliar's Prevail podcast last week with Gal Suburban, you need to listen to it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, I have the DVD. Oh, no. Oh, I have the DVD. Oh, I do. I have that DVD. Yes, I do. I've never listened to a podcast, Tom, though. I'd like to. Oh, yeah, you should try that. Hi, YT. How are you? No problem. Welcome, welcome. Between Flynn and Kennedy with more. What more could we want, right, Siegfried? Absolutely. Yeah, we got the DVD. Don't drink anything. I didn't want to drink anything. I didn't want to eat anything. I didn't want to sit on their porta potties. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to be vulnerable at all. So it's kind of a bitch. No, Ivan did his own little spiel, I noticed, over at the wall to the people sitting around him, but I didn't see anything else. I mean, he was skulking around with Mike Flynn Jr. They kind of looked like fucked up twins, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, definitely. Greg Prevail had Gal Suburban on last week on his podcast, so please, 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 I'll find the link to that. I usually get at them through West Pages. Yep. Oh, let me find that. I'll find that. I don't have a DVD player. No, but I think I have a digital download too. Or Lemons. Wait, hold on. Let me get the Prevail podcast. That's a good idea. 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 Oops. No, that's not. No, no. Okay, where's the Prevail? Ploopy plops. Oh, plooper ploppums. Well, I'm going to give it to you on Apple, but you guys can find it where podcasts are sold. Get your things where podcasts are sold. Greg Oliar is amazing. LB's amazing. LB has another podcast from way back called The World Beneath, which is her historical podcast about mobs. Really good. Really good. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Well, that's a terrible link, but okay. Judge Sullivan's critical of DOJ, yeah. Yes, he was. And he called him a traitor. And apparently, Flynn did not like that, and he does not like to be called a traitor. He doesn't like that. So yeah, I mean, of course he probably has some kind of desires, and there's probably some kind of plan to put him in some kind of something and some kind of something. But I want to stress that really what the point of this film was disturbing on more levels than I can say. And I watch a lot of bullshit on Rumble and YouTube and Twitter and wherever else. And this was actually more disturbing because it was so normal. It wasn't overly God. It wasn't overly patriotic. It was family, country, common sense. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he was trying to push, that he's the guy that has that, and don't think all those nasty things about him because they're just not true. Look at him. He's just a dude. What about mobs? Oh, she has like a history of some of the mob families. Hold on. Sullivan was right. Yep. They never should have given him that deal. Oh, what did I wear? Well, I wish I could show you the I don't know where the shirt is. Oh, it's probably still in my car. The shirt was something I got for $5 from the local Goodwill, and it was an old shirt from the 90s. It was a black t-shirt, and it said Driven Queen in Gothic lettering. And then it had, remember those t-shirts from the 80s where they ripped them and then tied them in little strings? So like you'd have rips in the back of your t-shirt. Do you remember that? I don't remember. No, remember. Anyway, so it had like all that in the back. I didn't wear a bra because I didn't have to, because it was such a great shirt. It hid my boobies. And then because it was so goddamn cold, I didn't have to take my jacket off. So I had a leather jacket and that Driven Queen t-shirt. And then I had jeans, ripped jeans on. And then I had my flip-flops on. I'm really glad I wore my flip-flops because I didn't know it was going to be outside, and I was about to wear my stiletto heels. I'm not kidding. And I can't even imagine how glad I am that I didn't wear my stilettos. So yeah, I had my flip-flops on. Uncorseted. I was uncorseted at Middlemarsh MAGA. I was Elizabeth Bennet, but without a corset. I was letting my titties fly. I'm so happy I found that shirt. It was literally $5 at a Goodwill in LA. I think it was in the Fairfax district. I don't remember where it was, but it was great. We need to make them. Actually, you know what, Siegfried? We should make those shirts. If we want them, we should just make them. I'll make them. It was really, I looked pretty goddamn cute. My hair was dirty. I did not get a chance to wash my hair. So, I probably could have looked a little more cute, but you know, it is what it is. Nobody asked me out. But that's okay. And yeah, no, I really am. I think I've done right? You do that all the time. I do it when I can get away with it. If I can get away without wearing a bra, you can almost guarantee that I am not going to be wearing a bra. I just don't want to. So yeah, I need to like I said, just going back to the movie. I want to watch the movie again. I think it's I don't know. I'm interested to see what he does with it. Oh, yeah, I have to put up that picture again. I took down the picture because I couldn't tell if that was the picture I wanted to put up or not, but I have another picture of me in front of the bus. It's on my phone, unfortunately. But anyway, I'm going to get all my clip. I do have some clips because when I found out I couldn't stream, I went ahead and like recorded some stuff. Yeah, you do too. Yeah, you guys do, don't you? Jerks. Me either. Yeah, why? Yeah, I want to watch the movie again. I don't know. I mean, I suppose we can all watch it together. Oh God, you know what? No, there wasn't. I did have my weed with me. Did I? Wait. Oh yeah, I did. I did. I had a vape with me just in case, but no, nobody was cool with that. So I thought, I don't really want to smoke weed on Dr. Avocado Farm. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, the bus. Yeah. That's the tour bus. So they have a huge wrapped bus, you know, with the movie. I think you've probably seen it. I probably should do a thing. Maybe sometime this week we'll go over my video clips because I don't really have them. I don't really have them on that. But I do have a picture of the bus. And what is the bus? Yeah, it's their tour bus. I think they're actually fucking. I think they're actually like riding in that bus. I think that's how they're getting there. Ooh. Oh, thanks, gal. Thanks, gal. Well, you know, I couldn't just let you be the person that goes to a rat, We Awaken America tour. Yeah, since it was in my backyard, I'm like, I had to go. I'm really glad I did. I will not do it again, but I am really glad I did. Oh no, you need to see the movie, oomph. Nope, you need to see the movie. You need to see the movie. Not telling them to suck your dick. Oh my God. I did tell the little kid that he was working for Nazis. But other than that, no, I didn't tell anybody to suck my dick. I almost told the guy who tried to get me to sign the anti-trans petition to suck my dick, but I thought better of it in the moment. Yeah. And if Joe Flynn had been there, Joe Flynn's lucky he wasn't there. Well, no, he's not lucky he wasn't there. He doesn't give a shit. But I might have tried to tell him to suck my dick, or might have just at least introduced myself. But he wasn't there. So, unfortunately, Joe Flynn, you missed a chance to suck my big dick. Because there was plenty of corners where you could have sucked my big dick. When I was a teenager working at a gas station, a customer came up to me and told me I should be wearing a bra. What? No. It's very draining. At least the rat was. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I think the rat had to be much more draining than this gal. I really don't think. I know I should have used a Russian accent. Jen, that is so smart. Why didn't I think of that? I could have gone full Russian Red Sparrow. God damn it. Next time. That was a great, that's the winner, Jen, right there. But no, the rat seemed much more draining than this gal. This to me was, a bad movie with bad people and basically what maybe the sixth ring of hell might feel like, because it was so goddamn cold and I was trying to be indoctrinated. So the combination. Oh, there weren't any baptism tubs. That's right, gal. There weren't any baptism tubs. My accents are amazing. I could probably have kept it up too for the whole night. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, yeah, it was just I'm glad it's over. I'm supposed to go to Tustin tomorrow to see Doug Frank. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make it. I kind of want to though. I don't know. We'll see. What? What did you just eat? Why are you licking your lips? Not sure I want to know why. Okay. Anyway, I would feel bad for all the vets. Oh, God. I'm telling you. Risk of real Russians. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. And my Russian is pretty rusty, so it would be bad. It would be, yeah. You know what's interesting is, so in the beginning of the film, before the film starts, Boob Cutler, as I like to call him, was, the MC of the night. And was doing like the crowd warm up kind of thing. And he's like, everyone who, I've got a little guest here. Hold on. Hey, Sam, or Gus. Oh, well, he's not going to stay. He's like, I don't care about you people. He does care about you. He's just being a butthole. Right now, actually, do not do that. Do not. No, you have to just jump, okay? You're a cat. Cats jump from one point to another. You don't have to step on something to then knock that thing over and then create a whole... Do you want to know how much this cat weighs? 18 pounds. He's 2 years old. No, he's going to be 3 in May. Go. Go. Oh my God. Anyway, do not do that. Do not do what you're doing. No. Okay, anyway. Risk of real Russians. Ivan, for example. Oh, that's right. Ivan does speak. I don't think I got close to him. I don't really got that. I got kind of close, but not that close. I saw statistics for electorate opinions on trans issues, and both Democrat and Republican voters feel that the obsession is unjust and doesn't address pressing concerns. It's, yeah, absolutely true. I mean, I will not believe that bigotry is going to be like will rule the day. Knocking things over is very satisfying as a result of satisfying result of felinity. I'm like, fertility? What does that have to do with anything? No, felinity. Yeah, no, he enjoys knocking things over. Cats are gonna cat. Yeah, he's catting. He's catting right now. His brother is fast asleep. Let's see what else. I believe at GP. I wonder how they concluded the poll. The poll. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure. statistics for electorate. Oh yeah. Yeah, how they conducted the poll. Yeah, I don't know. I refuse to believe that people are as bigoted as or that they're more bigots than not bigots. I want to believe that. But I am going to go to the I've been putting it off too long to go and try and work on something that's going to help get out the vote. So, I'm going to try and do something this week and get to the over to the Democratic Party or something. Because we got to get people to vote. Flynnidity. Flynnidity. Flynn knocks things over. Flynn breaks things. That's for sure. So yeah, I'm really disappointed because it would have been fun to like start like I had this whole plan of how the lounge would open and everything, but I was pissed. I was pretty pissed off, which was actually good because what I did was walk in and I was angry already because I was late and everything else. Fight like a Flynnidity. So I was kind of obnoxious, but I thought it would fit in if I was obnoxious. And it did. It did fit in. No, yeah, they assume that you're one of them. I remember Gal saying that when she went to the rat. And I'm like, they really do. They assume that you're one of them. And that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, baby. It's just I gotta do something. And there's enough red here that it's worth the effort to get people registered to vote. I think that's the key. Oh, media matters, yeah. Fluidity and belong. Yeah. They tried to get Chance going a couple times, never did. I guess not the crowd, really. But it was definitely not a Trump rally. There was not a crazy red, white, and blue. It was, yeah, unfortunately. Or fortunately? No. I don't know. It felt weird. It felt dangerous. Like this is a dangerous turn in messaging to me. Because it's just, there's too many people who aren't aware of what Flynn is all about or his ilk, you know. Walk like a Flynnidity. No, no bunting. I mean, the balloons, there was red, white, and blue balloons, but that was really to show you the entrance to the event. But there wasn't any. There was some, it was actually pretty patio lights over the field, kind of thing. It felt like a meeting at the Grange. It felt like a barn raising. It felt like a barn raising. It felt like a barn raising for I don't know what. I don't know what. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah, exactly, Jen. Platoons. Yeah. Did you already go with the demographics? Oh, no, but here's what I mean. Here's a little bit like I said, there were a couple people. I think probably there's certainly a Beverly Hills kind of L.A. contingent. Wore the wrong shoes kind of thing. The VIP had they had a bar. I think it was a cash bar. I don't drink, so I didn't get a drink. And then they had food out, like hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that. I didn't eat. That was for the VIPs. There was a popcorn machine, and I don't know what drinks were up at the actual movie part, but there was popcorn, and it smelled bad. But whatever. I don't know. They were eating it. Cold as fuck. I'm convinced the people there did not know it was going to be outside. I am convinced because no one was actually really dressed for how cold it got when the sun went down. Mostly over 50, probably money, obviously. There were a few children in strollers, but not many. They weren't running around. It's very Camelot. It's fucked up Camelot, baby. That's exactly what he's going for. His wife, who's a very nondescript woman, nondescript kind of person, like personality. I don't mean looks. I just mean like personality. She could pretty much be any white woman in her 50s or 60s, or I don't know how old he is. I think he's a little older than I am. I think he's a couple years older than I am. Like I'm 60 and I think he's like in his, I don't know. That's actually a good question. I don't really know how old he is. Yeah, there was a sad popcorn machine. And then a lot of like old hippies who have money now, who live in the Santa Barbara area. Landowners, like a woman next to me owned 5 acres and she was like, oh, I'm just a small landowner. I only have 5 acres. And I'm like, okay, that's not small here. Yeah, Johnson resemblances. Yeah. But really trying to portray, just really came out and said it, just made the invocation of Kennedy, which is pretty brilliant, actually, if you think about it, because you can get a rad trads. He's 65. Oh, thanks, baby. Yeah, so his wife's probably my age, maybe a little older. Oh, she's probably a little older because that was the other thing. The beaverization, the Leave It to Beaverization of Mike Flynn includes them meeting as teenagers. They met as teenagers. They're childhood sweethearts. They've been married for 48 years or something like that. Oh, great. Where's my Roy Cohn? Yeah, I'd like to watch that. And he made himself very palatable to this group of, definitely Republican. They hate Obama. They're racist. They're bigots. They want cheap migrant labor. Like, there's nothing really positive in the worldview of the people that I attended this event with, okay? I probably have nothing in common necessarily with the worldview of the people who went to this event. But they don't come off like your traditional chud MAGA. You still know they're Republican or they're wealthy or whatever, but you don't necessarily know that they're horrid bigots until they open their mouths. And you might even think, oh, they're hippies. They can't possibly be whatever. But like I said, the owner of the farm is a doctor and is an anti-vax doctor. And that, I think, is a big part of this crowd, is the anti-vax. I think that's probably a big part of it. So I don't know. I don't know if he raised money. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what his end goal is. I have to watch the end of the movie. I probably missed it because I left early. I left when it was just too cold. I think it's over 2 hours. I think it's a very long movie. Yeah, I want to watch that. We should watch that together. I have to fire up the Zoom. Does the mind not just reject the Kennedy comparison out of hand as abhorrent to reality-based consideration? See, the problem is, and maybe why I'm so disturbed by this. Yeah, decision making. Yeah. The reason I'm so disturbed by this movie is that no, your mind does not necessarily reject it out of hand. And if you don't know anything about him or know very little, no, it doesn't. Now, will he be able to get exactly undercover bigots? Well, and they're not really, I mean, but they are. But they aren't, if they, if you know what I mean. But I think that's I really think it's not that he can gain a huge swath of the population Oh, that's a good point, Gal. QAnon does love Kennedy. They really fucking love Kennedy. So there's this weird kind of fucking bullshit, with the Kennedy connection. It helps him with the CIA angle of him saying that the CIA is the one who that CIA killed Kennedy because they didn't want Kennedy to accomplish what he wanted to accomplish, and you know, end the deep state, basically. In other words, um, so he kind of like just kind of fucked with that concept a little bit. But I don't, it's just what's disturbing to me is that the message is harder to decipher. Maybe that's the better part. The message in this film is harder to decipher. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe actually everybody would look at it and go, "Are you kidding me? What a joke." And it is a little bit Hallmark murder mysteries, right? The movie is a little bit Hallmark mysteries. Horrible background music, very formulaic, very gimmicky, very, not terribly well shot, but not terrible. Stupid pans to like his hands when he's trying to talk about love and holding things. The soft propaganda video. It feels like soft propaganda, baby, but it actually to me feels so much more insidious than kind of the, well, I don't know. It's all insidious. Yeah. I'd go just to study the Q effect. Yeah. He really didn't talk about anything that was Q adjacent. Yeah. Amanda Milius is no slouch on paper. Who's Amanda Milius? I feel bad. I don't know that. Yeah, definitely. I want to watch that. Get me, or Where's My Roy Cohn or whatever. Um, that's why Q loved Kennedy and what Flynn is saying both. Um, yeah, I mean, I think that it fits in, but it's not overly, he doesn't talk about it in the same way that Q talks about it. You know what I mean? Oh, Amanda Milius. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a decent film. I'm not saying it's not a decent film. It's just not, it's nothing to write home about. You know what I mean? Oh, they definitely loved it. They were eating it up. But here's the other thing. This crowd was not over the top emotive about the film. And one thing that I noticed was Boone Cutler, who was sitting up at the front, was kind of leading the cheers or the boos and kind of amplifying them to get the crowd to get more engaged with it. So it wasn't the most raucous crowd. And I don't know if his other films have had more raucous crowds. It might just be the setting, like who is or who's there. But no, it definitely wasn't. No celebrities. No celebrities. Didn't recognize a fucking person. Yeah. Was it, would you say, in public, an excellent film as the coming Civil War major? I haven't seen that film, Civil War. It's not a feature. This is not a feature film. This is, again, what I would say more Hallmark murder mysteries kind of level. TV film, if you will. Yeah, they really they love Kennedy. They think Kennedy's coming. Well, they wanted Junior to come back, right? JFK Jr. They thought he was coming back. How strange that he sits and watches his own movie and the crowd's reaction. I know, and yeah, Flynn was sitting there too the whole time. Yeah, watching the movie. That was kind of weird because I actually even Ivan was standing off to the side and Mike Flynn Jr. They're kind of buddies. They're kind of buddies. Oh yeah, I don't necessarily even want to watch Civil War. I don't think that's actually a great idea, that movie, although whatever. But yeah, they were standing off to the side. Flynn and Boone Cutler and whoever else, I'm sure Bianca Gracia and from Latinos for Trump. I thought they were sitting up front, but yeah, they watched the whole movie. Nobody got up Except for me when I was like, I'm not going to knock down old MAGA people for this fucking dune buggy. I'm going to run and get my dune buggy first and get the fuck out of here. Now I will say this, as I was leaving, I don't know if I told you guys this, maybe I did, I don't know. As I was leaving in the little cart, I was writing down. Now at this point, it was later, and Ivan Raiklin, it turns out, as I was riding down the hill, he was walking up the hill, going back to the movie scene. So he must have left at some point. I don't know. I wasn't keeping a huge eye on him. I don't really care. And maybe through a Venetian blind. Yeah, right. Exactly. And so Ivan Raiklin's walking up. We're driving down in the dune buggy or whatever it is. I don't know. Whatever those things are. And I'm like, oh, there's Ivan Raiklin. So I yelled at him, Ivan, did you drop the bombs? And the guy in the cart who's driving the cart, my little surfer Nazi dude, he stops the cart. I'm like, no. And then Ivan turns around to look at me and starts walking back towards the cart. And I'm like, no, okay, go. So he did, thankfully. He didn't catch up with me. But yeah, anyway, so that pretty much covers most of the evening. It was disappointing because I didn't get to stream, because streaming from it would have been so great. It's my fault for getting there late and for not understanding that there wasn't going to be any cell service. So that's all my fault, but I'll plan better next time. I'd wear a hazmat suit. I know, actually, when I came home, here, this is serious. My daughter was like, we're taking COVID tests like every day for the next 3 weeks. I didn't recognize you with those rose-colored glasses. I know, you didn't? These glasses are so cute, though. Well, it was nighttime, too, Ivan, to be honest. You push them out and take over. Yeah, it was these glasses. It was these. They are rose-colored. You're right. Oh, my God. Well, actually, I don't even think I was wearing these at that point. You're lying. So there. Jesus share understanding with getaway driver. Yeah. That poor kid. He probably was like, lady, I don't give a shit if there are Nazis up there. Get the fuck out of my car. Get in your car and go home, you stupid bitch. I'm just going to get up in the morning and go surfing. So he probably didn't care. I should have taken off. I know. I need a Starlink. I don't want a Starlink, though. Is there another kind of thing that isn't Starlink? Is there another thing that isn't Starlink? I know, but see, the thing is the camera, nobody cared that I was filming things, right? They didn't care that I was filming things. Nobody cared. Like, other people were taking pictures too. And no one was streaming from it, I don't think. Well, obviously no one was streaming from it. But yeah, I don't know how I would have gotten. I'm sorry I missed you. I needed a snack. And who did peel? Oh, actually, Mike Flynn Jr. peels your bananas with his feet. Let me tell you. I know. I saw it in your eyes. Push him out and keep going. I know. Drive down the hill. Hey, listen, if he hadn't hit that fucking gas at that point as Ivan was gaining on us, I would have pushed him out and said, listen, Brian Wilson, get the fuck out of my my trawl or my dune buggy. I'm getting out of here. This California girl is getting the fuck out of here. Anyway, I did want to actually, okay, so I missed the Q&A. There was only, and actually I heard there was only a brief Q&A because, again, it was kind of a disaster at the end of the evening because it was so goddamn cold. I know we do need some competition. But, oh man, what was I going to say? Shoot. Anyway, I can't remember. Oh, well. Yeah, I would have loved to have had some kind of ability to get like a signal or something. He can't run out. Oh, that's right. He was walking pretty good when I saw him. But you definitely could tell. Oh, first of all, he is short. He's shorter than I am, and I'm 5'4.5". I'm 5'4.5". He's a total creep. I'm 5'4.5". He is shorter than me. He is not more than 5'2", if that. And so is Mike Flynn. I didn't get really close to Mike Flynn, but he's like 5'2", 5'3". Oh, he would definitely have broken it again, Jen. The ground was terribly uneven. Oh my God. I literally, in fact, when I went in, I had to drive over a stream to get in. I was like, wow, weird. Anyway. It was crazy, people. It was crazy. Yeah, I told you. Wouldn't it be great? Yeah. Yeah, super short gal. Super short. The golf cart. Yeah, I could have ran over him. That's what he looks like. Oh, shoot. Sorry. That's what he looks like. He looks like that guy in that cartoon. It was a psyop to stay spaced out. It was, GP. Mike Flynn is super. He's shorter than me. And I'm 5'4.5". I swear to fucking God, he's shorter than me. He's little. He's little. His hands are little. His legs are little. He's little. I had to spelunk in. Practically, Jen, Jesus Christ. I was like, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? You should have heard me when I was driving in. It wasn't pretty. Question about the board. Oh, yeah, Jay, what about the board? I didn't look too close at it, but what about it? Was it printed on, or are those papers? Oh, my God. Okay, listen. Those are pieces of paper. I did see that. Those are pieces of paper. I'm not kidding. Those are pieces of paper stuck on what I think is a large piece of paper. It was not sturdy. It was not sturdy. It fell over at the end of the night. So, why does that make me think of the chipmunk from Caddyshack? It would have been nicer if the chipmunk from Caddyshack had been there. I think we could have really fucked things up. And I put some shorts on TikTok. Oh my God, the hate I've gotten on TikTok of my little clips. Oh my God, I'm getting so much hate from MAGA on my clips on TikTok. You should actually go check it out if you ever want to get into TikTok. Look at my TikToks. I don't have that many of them. But they definitely they hate me. But yeah, I don't know. It's getting kind of late. Mamala was over and we watched the Flynnmovie. Yikes. I see why the dog growls at him. Thanks again for your support. Biden 2024. That's right, Joe. You go to bed now. You get some sleep. Tina didn't have any observers. Okay, GP, that actually might have been the problem. Is not once did I see an observer fly over that location. I drove by in the golf cart. Wouldn't that have been great? Oh, man, wouldn't that have been great if I had just knocked it over by accident? That would have been hilarious. DMS talked about your TikTok on X today, so it might be him. Oh, that guy? That's funny. He's funny. I only did it just an hour ago. He's already talked about it? Oh, my Lord in heaven. My Lord in heaven. I thought this would be a lot more well thought out. Yeah. I thought it would have been too, but no. DMS, is that one of the pink, was that one of the Joe Flynn's friends? Is that one of Joe Flynn's friends? Is that Doug something Stewart? I don't even know what his name is. That grown-ass man that's trying to, that stalks people and shit? Is that the one you mean? I don't know. Co-parter. J. Ranson Gal, actually, you missed some of the little haters coming in earlier who were actually triggered by what I said in the beginning was, I'm not going to discuss. Everyone has seen Jim Stewartson's posts about the event. I don't need to discuss it. I'm just here to talk about my experience at the event. I thought this was, yeah. Oh. Oh, rent free. Well, they came in here earlier in the beginning, and they micro dick. Yeah, they came in the beginning. Their little trolls or them. I don't know. Maybe they're wasting their time on it. I don't give a shit. But I had to kick them out because they were saying a bunch of stupid stuff about like why am I so triggered when because so here was the thing. This is funny. They're so funny. So it's something about like why did you and Jay drive or go in the golf cart up to the thing, acting like they have some kind of weird inside information. And I'm like, Jay, do you mean Jim? Because I just mentioned Jim. And I said, well, if you were here, then I would have told you that I'm not talking about Jim Stewartson's. Everybody's seen his Twitter. I don't need to address it. If you have questions for Jim, you can ask him. I guess you'll just have to wonder. And they thought I was triggered, which is funny because they're the ones coming into my stream getting triggered, if you know what I mean. So they can go fuck themselves. Yeah, I don't know why. Man, they really got crazy. They got like nutty wacko. I saw the reaction to Jim's posts was fairly apoplectic for people that don't care. Hi, Val. No problem. You're not late. How did they? I know. I'm kind of, when I first saw the J Rants, I'm like, Jay? You mean J Rants? No. I call J Rants Jay. I don't call Jim J. Do you call Jim J? Anyway, I figured out who they meant. But then they were like, oh, why are you getting so triggered? Hurdy her. I reported a post target. Yeah, they go after Jay. I don't know. I don't care about those people. I don't give a shit about those people. It don't matter to me. If you're so obsessed with Jim, it don't matter to me. Whoa. But thanks for coming to my show. Thanks for coming to my show. JJ or Jim J. JJ. That's right. I'm going to say, you have to be more specific. I know so many J's. They're all upset over the balloons. I'm telling you right now, the balloon psyop of 2024. You want to know why why they're so upset about the balloons, baby? Because those balloons were at the event. And Mike Flynn Jr. Was pushing Jim. Initially made some kind of, Jim, why don't you come to the event? And then Jim took him up on it, and all of a sudden he went radio silent. So anyway, I'm just laughing. Yeah, so I think Balloon Gate, Balloon Tifa, Balloon Anon, Balloon Anon. Oh, thanks, Val. I'm trying, yeah. I take your balloons. Yeah, Val, you definitely, I would, it's pretty, it's pretty epic for just a stupid movie. It's a movie, people. Calm down. I mean, if you're so upset, are you mad that what? I don't even know why you'd be mad. I don't know. Why would you even be mad? Why? Why would you be mad? Why would you be mad, sir? Why would you be mad? Die mad. Yeah, Jim's creation, not mine. Yeah. It's funny. I think it's hilarious. And I knew if I went live, they would come in. Sorry, we're blowing some we're blowing some stuff up here. Save the balloons. Hashtag balloon Tifa. Flynn's wait, what let me see. Save the balloons. That was pretty brilliant. That's pretty brilliant. The people on the TikTok, I was going to go back to that. The people on the TikTok were like, why didn't you disrupt his speech? Why didn't you do this? And I'm like, why would I do that? I need to actually, yeah, look at me movie. Yeah. Why would you, why would I disrupt it and get kicked out? And I'm there to learn. I'm there to learn about it. I'm not going to convince any of those people by being, you know, a Biden voter openly. I'm not going to convince them that they're wrong. Oh, thank you. It's like a little branch. And you can mold it and put it on the wall. I haven't done it right, but I like the light. Um yeah, I just don't know. Like I wanted to just learn and see who these people were. And frankly, I'm delighted that I did because I think I learned a lot about voting electorate and talking to people. And I didn't have to lie to anyone per se. I might have clapped a couple times that I didn't feel like clapping, but it was just so that people didn't like go, why are you sitting there and not clapping for anything? But most of the time well, actually there was quite a few times when my face probably belied what my actual feelings were, because when they would kind of do these weird lies, right? Like I said in the movie where he talks about like turkey or whatever, Kislyak, I'm like, what? Wait, what? That's not how that happened. So I did do a kind of like a few of those, and I'm sure if somebody was watching, they would be like, why is she reacting like that? But nobody was watching me. They were watching the movie. They were pretty intent on that movie. Internet trolls are vile, though. Engaging with them can dilute. Yeah, they basically are. Yeah, can dilute the good intel. I picture Jim waiting, holding a Flynn sign at the airport, but he never showed. That I could totally see. And that's the whole point. Yeah. And the thing is I don't, I'm through the part where it really hurt. I don't care what they think. And if they watch my show, that's fantastic. That's more viewers. That's great. They engage with the chat. That boosts the algorithm. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. And nothing people can say is really, it doesn't make any difference to me. I know who I am. I know what I do. And actually, I feel like I've interacted with Jim more than they have, and I haven't found any of what they say to be true. So I don't really give a shit what they think about Jim or anybody really. I certainly don't care what they think about me, because again, I know who I am and I know where I'm going. Anyway, so yeah, that was my Friday night. I'm real sorry I couldn't spend it with you guys. I really felt I just can't tell you. I wish I could tell you and express to you how bad I felt that and how fucking mad I got when I figured out that there was no way I could even get a message out to anyone. Because I tried to I tried to text some people. I actually tried to text Oomph, but nothing was going through with anything. So, yeah, there was I couldn't get anything out of there. So I don't know. I don't know about anyone else, but I did not I did not have a good night when it came to that. This is all bigger than them. Yeah, oh my God. This is you're talking when you talk about internet trolls, you're talking about 20, 30 people who are full ass grown adults acting like children on the internet. Give me a break. That makes them look more everything they do makes them look more pathetic, and I don't even give a shit. It don't matter to me if you don't like who I like. It don't matter to me. They geofenced you. Yeah, I think they did have some kind of fucking jammers. I'll bet you. I bet you. I mean, yes, there's a good reason, but it was very frustrating that I couldn't get anything out. No tweets, no nothing to at least let people know. I have saved tweets that were like trying to send the whole night. I was really mad. Mind me mad. Exactly. That's the game they play. Angertainment. Yep. As Siegfried said, pastime to play it back to them. Yeah, I just don't care. I mean, there's bigger fish. We have. Let's see. What is it? April. What? What is it? April 20. Oh, tomorrow's Earth Day. April 21st. So we have. Let's see. That's 6 months and I don't know. 6 months and 2 weeks before we vote. So let's get through November 5th. I was deep state. Deep state. Deep state Lolo. Um, I was pretty loud. I mean, I guess anybody could have just like asked me, "Who are you? And what the fuck is your problem? And you're so loud. Why are you? Why are you so loud?" Angertainment. It is a great description, GP Val. That's a great description, Val, as GP said. Um, yeah, it is angertainment. But see, this is what is so insidious about this movie is that there wasn't a lot of angertainment in it. I mean, there was a lot of mind fucking, but it's getting a little more sophisticated. Because it didn't make me recoil immediately, and that's not a good thing. Now, I recoiled a lot because, we know what's what. But to lie by omission is really insidious. Now, these people are smart, but they're too lazy and too bigoted to question him. And so, granted, he's talking to his base. It's not like, or he's talking to the base. But I'm just worried that this message will be, it'll be yet another thing that has to be debunked. That's pretty much it. Wrecking is on Cheddar yet. Yeah, and they're mad apparently. I guess they're talking in a space right now about my TikToks or something, or did talk about it earlier. So yeah, I expect to get a little more hassle from them, but what they can do is embarrass me. They can. I have fat pictures. Let's see. I mean, I'm just trying to think. You can embarrass me. You can try and make a fool of people on the internet and stuff like that. But I know who I am, and I'm a good person, and I don't need their lies or slander. And people should be careful when they start to talk about people on the internet. Should be careful. It's not I'm too old. I'm not gonna yeah. So anyway, doesn't matter. I got it from a Dem candidate GP whose name I should know but forgot. People love not to know. Yeah, these folks love not to know, because if he speaks to them and says you can keep all the things that make your life comfortable to you, which is your cheap labor, your nannies, or you can keep the oppression of capitalism and the oppression of it was 99% white or white presenting for an audience. There was definitely non-white people there, but not many. Not many. Not many. Yeah, I didn't mention that. I should have mentioned that. So, I don't know. For whatever that's worth. Yeah, and I think the ignorance on their part is really because they don't want to rock the boat with their own kind of I don't know, baseness. Adam coined angertainment. Yeah, angertainment is a really good description. Yeah. Yeah, no, I have to keep doing me. There's no one else to do. I'm all I can do. So I'm just going to keep doing it. But now I'm back on camera. Back. Look who's back. Back again. Lolo's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 If you're anything like me, IMS, you'll remember. I know. I'll remember something at 2 a.m. that I was going to tell you. Yeah. So yeah, it was, I'm glad I did it. It was exhausting. I was wiped out Saturday. I drove home Saturday. I was wiped out. Like fucking, like I'd been through something. Um, And I've not stopped thinking about that movie since I saw it. And that doesn't usually happen to me. I'm usually able to like move on or even just half listen to things, Like I don't even fully listen sometimes to all the MAGA shit I listen to because I just can't, right? Some of it's just too triggering. And disturbingly, this wasn't as triggering as it should have been. Maybe that's the bottom line. This movie should have been more triggering. So I think the message is do whatever you can, whatever is comfortable, whatever work. Well, actually, what's uncomfortable, I don't even care. Do whatever works for you to actually do in order to help people vote and to help them understand what is at stake this fall, because that is really the most important thing right now. We have 6 months, 6.5 months, and that's it. And it is important. So I hope that we can get through it. So much info for us. Old folks coming at light speed. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I felt like I had been through something. I definitely have ideas of if I did find myself in that position, I would do things slightly differently. Just mechanically and logistically and stuff like that. But all in all, I felt like, I still was myself. I was Lolo. I used my name. I was Lolo. And so, I didn't try to hide who I was. I mean, I did kind of. But I didn't outright lie about any of my views. I did refuse to sing them. I know that. Listen, media literacy to me is such a key to this. It is such a key to how we get to. We are in this post-truth society. We are in this post-fucking truth society, and I just can't even fucking. I don't know. I'm sad that we're here, and I need us to not be here. So I'm like doing whatever comes to my mind. You know what I mean? Like whatever comes to my mind, I'm gonna do and try and create a better outcome. It won't. I mean, and going to Flynn's movie is not creating a better outcome, but it certainly was helpful to me intellectually to understand what is the messaging now and how is it changing, or is it changing, and what does it mean? Because maybe 3 months down the road, we might remember that his messaging changed, and maybe he's in a different position. Maybe he is the VP pick. Maybe he's not. I don't know. Maybe he's nothing. But he's definitely angling for something. So I don't want him in anything. I don't want someone who lies by omission to run anything. So, anyway. All right. Well, that's. I think that's about it. We've been a little over. I've been with you for a little bit, taking up some of your Sunday night. I hope you. Oh God, you know what I did? Oh my God, you guys! Today I was watching. I apologize, but I was watching this Canadian streamer. I can't stand her. You may or may not know who I'm talking about, and I'm not going to go into her. But in her stream, Stuck in the Middle with You was playing on her radio. Stuck in the middle with you. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. And if you remember, we still have a song called Stuck in the Midst of a Coup. So that's going to become part of the recording somehow. Because at one point she sings along with it. Please, please. Anyway, hilarious. Media literacy is so important, though many people will only see and hear what confirms their entrenched bigotry. It's absolutely true. And GP, I think my argument for media literacy starts with education, right? Like, starts with how do you teach kids critical thinking for media? And I know there are ways to do it, but it's not done as a matter of course in schools. So hopefully, if we push on media literacy hard enough, maybe someday, I'll be lucky. Maybe someday we'll learn. Maybe someday, wait, maybe this time for the first time, people will vote. I don't know what the words are. Anyway, so yeah, Stuck in the Midst of a Coup is coming, I promise. I know it's been a little delayed, but it's coming, I promise. From Oomflow. A new Oomflow hit coming soon to an earphone near you. Yeah, it needs to start in elementary school. Yeah, we don't teach kids how to think. Having run a high school, I can tell you, we don't teach kids how to think. And that's doing a great disservice to kids. So that's why this is insidious, because it doesn't feel like propaganda. Or it does feel like propaganda, but it doesn't feel like bad propaganda. But it is quite bad. It's terribly, 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 terribly bad. You'll have to remove the someday from your name, Val. That's right. Yeah, Oomflow's coming back. Right, just in time for hot fed summer. Hot fed summer. It's gonna be a hot fed summer. And just you wait. It's coming for you. Actually, speaking of what's coming up, let's look at what's coming up. Hold on just a second. Let's go out to the lobby and get ourselves a drink. All right, here we go. The master calendar of Trump court dates. What the fuck's happening? Monday. New York election interference. Trump replied due by 10 a.m. in support of his Article 78 petition against Justice Merchan for allegedly exceeding his jurisdiction and authority relating to inter alia recusal, immunity, and motions procedures. Possible hearing to take place later that daytime TBD. Okay, so I don't know if that's really going to happen. Oh, wait. What? Wait, tomorrow's a trial day. But they're having the replies are due. Okay, I don't really understand. Anyway, so yeah, there should be something else about the Trump trial continues tomorrow. That's not what I wanted to do. Then Tuesday, New York election interference. Oh, so that's the same thing. Requiring Trump to show cause as to why he should be held in contempt. Oh, and yeah, sorry. I know you all mentioned it earlier. I apologize for not mentioning it. Yeah, David Pecker apparently is going to be on the stand tomorrow. Did you all get that? Yes, there is more gaming with Lolo coming up. I'll have to figure out what night this week to do it, GP, but I will do that. I'm not sure what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm hoping I get the energy to go down to Tustin and confront Doug Frank. I may or may not. I don't really know what I'm going to feel like, but I'm going to try. So watch this space. Wait, what else? Wait, don't we have something on Tuesday? Maybe it's Wednesday. Hold on. Let me go to my channel. Maybe someday I'll be lucky. Maybe someday he'll stay. Ooh, for the first time. Oh, wait, 425. Okay. Wait, what is that? What is that? I need to give better names for my things. We listen in. Wait, what? SCOTUS hears arguments. Oh, my God. That's right. It's the big one. What the fuck am I thinking? It's the big one. So on when's April 25th? Was that Thursday? Is that Thursday? I think it's Thursday, right? I think. Yeah, Pecker on Monday. That's right. It's gonna be a Pecker Monday. Gonna be a big old Pecker Monday. That's right. A big old Pecker Monday. That's right. That's right. It's time to see. It's the Pecker's gonna be on the stand. We're gonna put the Pecker on the stand. Mr. Pecker? Mr. Pecker, please put your Pecker on the stand. Thank you very much. It's just another Pecker. Just another Pecker Monday. It's not Trump Sunday. That's my Runday. I hope you get the energy too, Lolo, but yeah, no, I'll see if I can do it. But yeah, I really would like to. I just want to see what he looks like in person, right? Like I just have this weird curiosity. It is kind of a haul of a drive, though. It's down in Orange County, so it's kind of a far away. But I do kind of want to go. Oh, that's right. And wait, I had someone threaten to come and tell me that they were going to take me to a safe place if I went tomorrow. So now I have a threat if I go tomorrow. Maybe I should probably go since I've been threatened. Because you shouldn't let people threaten you. Slap that Pecker on the stand. Why don't you just slap that Pecker right up on the stand? Mr. Pecker, why don't you just unzip and slap that Pecker? What, it won't reach to the stand? Okay. Yeah, what a mess. I mean, who knew? I'm again going to say it. Who knew? Alvin Bragg. Thank you, Alvin Bragg. John Waters did a movie called Pecker. That's right. Oh, my God. Might be time to watch some John Waters again. The Grievance Society. It really is a grievance. Everybody's just so upset. It's a couple hours. It's an hour and a half drive, probably. Maybe an hour, a little less than an hour and a half to this particular location. I don't know. It's kind of a it's 405. It's a 405. But I think I might do it. I don't know. It's going from 9 to 12, I think. I think it's going from 9 to 12. So I'll see. I'll see how the morning goes. But I don't know. I might, because now I'm just like really curious. I'm really curious to see what he's doing. Yeah, and this town Orange County is right under LA County, but this town is like an hour and a half drive down. So, I don't know. I'll probably do it. I can't miss Doug Frank, right? Like I've been talking about Doug Frank since April of 2021. Incessantly. I've been obsessed with Doug Frank since April of 2021 for his lying to the country and him creating distrust in election systems and his bullshit algorithms and tuning forks and bow ties and all of that, and his super moms. He's the one with the super moms. So yeah, I think I need to. Yeah, it's a long way. I think I need to see him though. I don't know. Well, see. We'll see. It's an adventure. Did I watch Manhunt? I started watching it, Siegfried. Oh my God. Okay, I watched the first 2 episodes. I don't know how many episodes are there of Manhunt, but on Apple TV, there's a show called Manhunt. It's about the assassination of Lincoln and pursuing John Wilkes Booth, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You definitely need to watch it. It's very good. If you're a history buff, I love history porn. I'm a history porn addict. I admit it. And I don't intend to stop. And this is good history porn. So I'm just saying. Highly recommend. Thank you, Siegfried, and everyone who recommended that show because it is actually quite good. I really like it. Anyway, so hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. I definitely will see you on the 25th. Did we decide the 25th was Thursday? I don't know. Yes. Okay. So on Thursday morning, we're going to listen to SCOTUS, and it is they are arguing presidential immunity on Thursday. I cannot stress how important Thursdays. Thumbs up on the broadcast. Thank you so much for everyone. Thursday is SCOTUS. We're going to listen to SCOTUS. The oral arguments for the Trump immunity case. Okay, so it's a big one. So let's make sure we're all here bright and early on Thursday with all of our bells on, and we'll be ready. We'll be ready to watch Trump lawyers argue community. Why am I arguing community? No. I was just telling someone the other day that I drove 157 miles an hour, and Mexico could be shorter. Yeah. Well, yeah, it could be, but this is a lot of traffic because you have to go through Anaheim and everything. Like, this is literally a lot of traffic. This is like a very traffic corridor. But I don't mean to make excuses. I'm gonna try and go. So it's just I just get my ass up in the morning. Yeah, actually, what I have to do is drag my ass out of my house because I can get up in the morning. I get up at like 5:30 in the morning, but I will not leave my house unless I absolutely have to. So there's that. Well, that's not true, I guess, but well, kind of true. All right. Well, I am going to. Did you get your schmedium ironed? Get your schmedium ironed in time. Yeah, SCOTUS argument on Thursday. It's a big one. So, but I will post. There probably will be other daily down Lolos. So please watch the channel because I'll try and post them as I hear about what might be happening. You have your battery pack with you, so you can catch. Yay! Oh, awesome! Yay! Thank you for doing a Sunday lounge. You're so welcome. Thank you for. Thank you all so much. For those of you who spent time in the lounge chat on Friday waiting for my sorry ass to show the fuck up, who worried about me, who spent any moment of their consciousness on Friday thinking about Lolo's lounge or any thereof, I just want to thank you because it really meant a lot to me. And I really want you to know that I truly felt bad that I couldn't communicate with you and let you know what had happened or etc. So I just want you to know that I really appreciate. There was I heard at one point 38 people in the lounge chat, and I'm so grateful for that. And I feel so bad because I set up a bunch of people to try and watch the thing, watch the stream, and then of course wasn't able to make it, and I felt bad, but I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful that you guys were there, and I'm back. And I have eaten too many Cheetos during my time off camera, so I've gained about 7 pounds. So I will be working on not eating any more Cheetos and tacos and maybe lose my 7 pounds. Anyway, thanks again for coming. Have a wonderful week. I will see you, so don't think I won't. And be well, be safe, safe travels out there. All right. Okay. Bye.